How long do you think the average Scratch game took to make? Probably somewhere between 1 to 30 days. But not this Scratch game. This Scratch game took 1,460 days to complete. But why? You see, around 4 years ago, I founded a collab team called Team Decoded. Our plan was to make a game called Very Buggy. This project was everything we had ever dreamed about in a Scratch game. Core mechanics, dialogue, a storyline, a boss battle, you name it. There was nothing that Very Buggy didn't have. But eventually we all lost interest and Very Buggy never saw the light of day. It was forgotten, abandoned, and no one even tried to finish it. That's why in this video, over the next 5 days, I'm going to finish the Scratch game that I started over 1,460 days ago and finally present Very Buggy to the world. Okay, so before we do anything, I actually want to give you some background on the game that we are going to be recreating. As you can see, we have a little player. There's also dialogue. I don't actually remember dialogue being added, but it's kind of cool. Ooh, there's ants that we have to avoid. So there's webs. At the end of the game, we planned for there to be a boss battle between the player and a spider. And we just collected a key, so there's probably gonna be like a door later in the game. Yeah, okay, so that was the last level. So this is the game, and we're gonna have to find a way to turn whatever this is into basically just a masterpiece and completely finish this game. And for that to be possible, we need to start planning. Here we are today. My whiteboard broke a week ago, so we're gonna go back to pieces of paper to plan out our game idea. So the title of our game is Very Buggy. Okay, so in this game, you play as like the bug, and you want to go and get out of the cave. But there are some things in your way that are preventing you from getting out of the cave. There will be spikes, there will be ants. Wait, ants don't have tails. I just drew a tail on the ant. And remember in the game, they also had cobwebs, something like that. So if you notice, this game is called Very Buggy. And it's not just because the game has a bug in it. It's because the game is supposed to be glitchy, buggy. What the player can do is the player can glitch through walls. Maybe I'll watch Wreck-It Ralph because of that one girl. She's like the same thing. And at the end, he'll have to fight with the mega spider. Oh, that's an ugly spider. Oh, that is not a spider. And I am excited to code this now. So let's start by making a platforming script. So this is our platforming script that we just added to our game. Now, the next thing that I think we should add is the dangers. So the spikes and the ants. So now we have our spikes, and the spikes can kill us. The ant is just going to be similar to the spike, but it's going to be more dynamic as it can move around, and it'll create more of a challenge for the player. Maybe it's about time that we start getting to work on some art. Since the original game was made in pixel art, I think it only makes sense if we make this game in pixel art as well. So that's it for today, and I will see you in day 2. Wait 1 second. Okay, that was my mom just calling me, and she just told me to eat because it's almost time to eat. And now after I go and eat dinner, I'm going to work on the game. Hello. So off camera, me and my friend Kotufa, we worked on the art for the game a little bit. So what we did first was we changed up some of the player art to have more of a blue shade to it. The reason we added the blue shade is because this game takes place in a cave, and we thought that a blue shading would be kind of just fitting. And Kotufa also helped me make this backdrop for the game, and it looks kind of like a cave, which is really cool. And then after that, me and Kotufa, we hopped off the call. What I did is I made a hitbox and I made a jump costume. So now when you run around in the game, the player is animated and you can run around. And the next thing that I did is that I actually just made some ground art, and this art is just some rectangles, but it looks pretty good in my opinion. So yeah. And what I was about to do just now is I was about to make some spike art. Well, I'm thinking about it, and since I said this game would have cobwebs, maybe instead of spikes, we could just have cobwebs. So the cobwebs are what kill the player. And now we work on the ant art. Okay, I just added in a walking animation, and now the ant is looking pretty good. I think that it's time that we add the glitching feature that lets the player glitch through the walls. You can teleport through the walls both ways. So I think this is really cool. You might be wondering why I'm sitting over here again with a pen. And the reason to that is that we realistically only have like 3 days left to finish this game. We need to plan our days out. We need to plan what we're gonna add. Okay, so I'll write what we need to do over here. It's just gonna be kind of like in the middle of our notes, but it's okay because we're not really gonna be needing to use these notes anymore anyways. Things we need to do. So we have 3 days left. Day 1 is gonna be tomorrow. Day 2 is gonna be the day after tomorrow. And day 3 is gonna be the day after that. So day 2 and 3 are both gonna be for the boss battle. Now, what about day 1? Well, we'll do everything else on day 1. So the level design, the cutscenes, the dialogue, and actually, since we do still have a little bit of time left today, I think that maybe I should work on level design today. So yeah, let's just hop over to the computer and get to work. Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's get back to work on this project. Now let me stop talking and actually log in for these levels. Okay, so it is now basically time for me to go because I need to sleep soon. So let me just show you the 4 levels that I managed to create. So for this first level, we just have our player, nothing too crazy. And then for the second level, we have 3 cobwebs that you have to avoid. At this next level, we have this ant. It introduces the feature of the ant. And then now we have our 4th level. So there's cobwebs and there are ants. And when you're done with that, you're basically finished. It was a pretty eventful day today. I think we made quite a bit of progress. Good night, everyone. And I will see you over in day 3. Hello, everyone. How is it going? I actually didn't do a lot of my homework. It'll probably take like a few more hours, so I don't think I'll have much time to work on this project, and I won't be able to do the level design, cutscenes, and dialogue all today, which really makes me worried for this challenge, because the boss battle will probably take 2 days. Actually, wait, never mind. It's not too much work today. We will definitely be able to finish it. Never mind. I changed my mind. I was not thinking properly. Bye-bye, everyone. I'm gonna do my homeschooling right now. I'm not gonna work on the project right away, but yeah. Also, guys, bye. Wait, why did I say that? That makes no sense. Also, guys, bye. What am I doing? Okay, you know what? So I kind of just decided, why wouldn't it be cool if I recorded myself doing my homework? That's not cool, but I thought it'd be cool. So now I'm kind of committed to doing that. So let's just do my homework. Maybe there'll be like a time lapse. It wouldn't take a genius to realize that doing schoolwork was really boring. But something that isn't boring is game development. However, I've noticed that a lot of game engines are a huge jump from scratch and are difficult to learn, but not GameMaker. Thank you to GameMaker for sponsoring this video. GameMaker is the king of all game engines. Its drag and drop interface is easy and intuitive to use, yet gives tons of customization for your projects. In other words, it has the power of real programming and has the simplicity of something like Scratch. One thing that makes GameMaker really easy to use is its online community. There are so many great tutorials out there that can help you if you're ever stuck. The GameMaker YouTube channel is a great place to start, with helpful lessons that teach you important aspects and features. These are my 3 favorite tutorials by them, where you can learn how to make an RPG, platformer, or arcade classic in easy and bite-sized steps. I'll link them down below in the description of this video. GameMaker has been used to create extremely successful games such as Chicory, A Colorful Tale, and A Short Hike. And the best part is, if you want to create your own projects and share them, you can do it for completely free. No credit card required, ever. So there is really no reason for you to not try out GameMaker using the link in my description. Once again, thank you GameMaker for sponsoring this video. Look guys, I got 100%. Last time we left off on the level design, and right now we have 4 levels. Okay, so I think that I've finished the level design for this game. So I have 9 levels down. But now that we complete the level design, there are 2 things left that we have to do for this day. The cutscene and the dialogue. So the dialogue will be the easier part. I'll just add text on the levels. But for the cutscene, we're gonna need a little bit more work. You know what? Okay, I just thought of this. Meet Bobo TV. Bobo TV was actually a member of Team Decoded. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I want to get him to animate the cutscene for Very Buggy. Bobo TV is actually a really talented animator. So I need to get into contact with him. Yes, okay. I found his YouTube channel. So on his latest video, let's just leave a comment. And I think him and I were like the most close members of Team Decoded. Let's hope that he responds to this. Actually, wait, let me find the Team Decoded Scratch server. And actually, if you look here, Bobo TV said, remember that one game we made? And this guy said, lol. So Tara and Samuel, I was also pretty close with him. He's like modern day McTonk. That's what I think of him as. I think of him as modern day McTonk. And I didn't have Discord at the time. I always wondered how old they were. Cause wait, that was like 2021. That's 4 years ago, right? I bet a lot of them were older than me. I bet a lot of them were in like middle school. I was in like 4th or 5th grade. Hopefully Bobo TV will reach out to us. I'm really betting on that fact. If not, maybe we could get another animator on the team. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow in day 4. Okay, wait. I think I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation about the story of Team Decoded. This is the full story of Team Decoded and how it all fell apart. Team Decoded started as a collab team for the QWERTY Game Jam. I wasn't a part of the team originally, but since my friend Pixelarcher was the leader, I asked if I could join and I was let in. Pixelarcher and I were actually pretty close on Scratch. We had collabed on a game together previously and we chatted quite often. Anyways, we got to work on our game. Very buggy. Like most inexperienced game devs, we had an unreasonably big scope for this project and tried to take on way much more work than we could handle. On this team, I also met this guy named Tara and Samuel. Super chill dude honestly, and although he wasn't the best coder, he was pretty good at pixel art. Anyways, one day, some random guy commented in the studio. His name was Bobo TV and he was asking if he could join. I honestly didn't think he would be a good fit, but even if I wanted him to join, he wouldn't have been able to because there was a limit to the amount of people we were allowed to have on the team, and we had already reached this limit. But the craziest coincidence was just about to happen. A few minutes later, a random member left the group. So we let Bobo TV in. He actually worked really well with us, and it was very, very silly of me to not want him to join. This guy is actually insane, but eventually reality kicked in. We were running out of time to finish the game. But we had an idea. We would finish very buggy despite the game jam ending. I was the one who came up with this idea and came up with the name Team Decoded. In this time, a few new members also joined, including one named Evie Doggo. This was a member that I became really close with. We made intros together, spent hours talking on Scratch, and planned projects. But eventually, slowly, everyone seemed to forget about Very Buggy. People were busy with other things and the game was never finished. Tara and Samuel left Scratch, Pixelarcher did the same, and Evie Doggo deleted his Scratch account, which still upsets me to this day. The only member still active is Bobo TV, and I felt guilty for not finishing Very Buggy. And maybe that same guilt is what brought me to remake this game over 4 years after it was abandoned. You know what? Actually, I'm in a good mood today. I can add one more thing. I can add a main menu. That would work. And you have the player walking. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was like super busy today, so I didn't really have time to work on the project. It's like 11 p.m. right now and I'm gonna go to bed. So day 4 is a nothing day. And also I checked and Bobo TV didn't even reply to us. So we might be cooked. Be quiet. Be quiet. You're not part of this video. You are not the main character. Anyways, just ignore my sister and I will see you guys in day 5, the final day of this challenge. We will come through and we will be the champions. We will be... We will... Good night. Alright, skibbities. Guess what? It's day 5. We still have to do the cutscenes. We still have to do the boss battle. It's not looking good for us. But I think we can do it, okay? I believe in the power of me. I believe in myself. I believe that I can do this because I am super cool. I think we should start with the intro cutscene because I think the intro cutscene would be a little bit easier to do than making the boss battle. I'm kind of drawing the player in the real world and then I'm going to show him getting bit by some sort of bug, and then after he gets bit by the bug, then he's never the same. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's 9:46. I need to make a decision right now. Am I gonna let myself fail the challenge or am I gonna finish the boss battle? And I also could add an extension day to this. You know what, maybe I should just add an extension day. Maybe I should just add a day 6. I mean, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll add an extension day. I think that we at least need to do a little bit on the boss battle. So I'm gonna plan out the attacks of the boss battle. I'm gonna switch to my pieces of paper again and we are going to plan. Okay guys, so I just explained everything like to the screen. I talked about like the boss phase and everything, but I wasn't recording somehow. Like the recording just turned off. So yeah, that's kind of frustrating. So maybe Mr. Editor, if you're watching this, you could just add some visuals to help me out instead of instead of the me having to like reenact me writing on the pieces of paper. So I came up with 3 phases for the boss. First phase is where the spider, he'll shoot down different webs and ants at the player, and then in the second phase, platforms will spawn that let the player climb up to the boss. If the player climbs those platforms and then he glitches through the boss, then he attacks the boss and the boss loses HP. If you don't understand that, I understand it doesn't make much sense in the beginning, but trust me, it'll make sense when you see it in action. And then the third phase, I'm not sure if I'll have time to add this, but I thought it'd be cool. Like the boss, the spider just roams around the screen and like just swings around the screen and rolls around the screen, and you just have to dodge the boss and there's nothing you can do about him, and he's just like going crazy. I thought that'd be cool. Okay, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. Good night, everyone. But I just like to ask you to subscribe. I know it's like a shameless thing, like, bro, you're a YouTuber and you're just asking people for subscribers. If you're enjoying this content and you want to let me know about it, please subscribe and leave a comment. It just really makes my day. See you guys in day 6. Today, I was actually gone from the house the entire day. I think it's fair to let myself use the extension day tomorrow, so I guess we're moving this all the way to day 7. This is the last day for real this time. Right now it's 3:48. I finished all my schoolwork, so we have until the end of the day to basically finish this game off. And we're gonna create the boss battle today, and it's gonna be epic and cool and fun and super skibbity, and it is gonna be just so cool. So see you guys. And now it's time to add the boss battle. So what I think would be cool is when you hit the boss level, it takes a few seconds and then the spider just like comes down on a string to you, and I think it'd just be kind of like a cool effect. If you remember from before, we have to add the 3 phases. So the first one is where the boss throws cobwebs and ants, which is gonna be easy to code. I think we've kind of mastered the cobwebs. I feel like they spawn at a good rate and it's good. So now maybe we'll want to work on phase 2, which is gonna be us being able to attack the spider and teleport through him. Oh, that's a good effect. I like that a lot. Oh, how did I make this? Yo, oh my goodness. I'm actually so happy about this. Wait. But right now, so as you can see, the phases don't change and it's always just in one phase. So we need to change that. Okay, that was a jump scare. And we also can't die to the boss. And now we can die to the boss, and that's pretty cool. So we have our game loop, but now we need to have a health bar for our boss. A health bar will enable us to win the game. I'm gonna be following Jackson Academy's score counter that I use in a lot of my videos. I think it's really good, actually. But now there's no ending for the game, so we need to add an ending for the game. Maybe we should just add text that explains the ending, because we don't have much time, so yeah. Now we should probably work on adding some music to this game and just adding some overall polish. Yeah, this won't take long. I mean, I guess I'll just add this by myself and then I'll just show you guys the end result of the game. Okay, so it's the end of the day. I just realized this mic isn't working anymore for some reason. That's kind of annoying. And we were able to complete our game within 7 days, which is very exciting news. And I just had a super fun time making this video, honestly. Kind of just reliving the memories of making the original Very Buggy with Team Decoded. This was a really fun video to make. I had a really fun time making the game. And I hope you had a fun time watching this video. So with that, I'd like to say goodnight.